Hello YouTube, and I'm going to show off a little bit of War Thunder footage. I haven't played the game in weeks. I've been waiting for the new patch, and yeah, I've mostly been getting bored. Decided to try out the event. In this event, it is Soviets versus the Germans, and I'm flying the 109 G2. And it's actually pretty good in this matchmaking because the Russians don't quite get their crazy low-tiered, low-rated aircraft that have come out of 2 years more advanced than what I have. So that's a nice, pleasant welcome. And yeah, in this match, spoiler alert, I get 5 kills in it. So I'm mostly doing this video to analyze what I did, take a look at what I could have done better. And there was a lot of patience in this match, so got my team behind me. I always like to check my 6 and see where everyone's going. Got a few people going with me on this side and a few people heading up in this direction over here. Let's see. There we go. Icons are on. We're heading pretty much towards the enemy airfield. The 109 climbs much faster than what the Russians have. So I do not have the gun pods on this. He's about half unlocked. I do have the gun pods unlocked, but I'm not actually using them. We have an LA-5 attacking some AAA down low. I'm just gonna ignore him. I'm mostly climbing up to go and find stuff. And what we see right here is I just spotted my first spot, just slightly. You can see him just above my propeller blades there. You might not be able to see the spot from here. But there should be a few other guys. Another guy down just below him. And there's quite a few guys there. And also I do believe that there's a few guys who will start popping up right underneath me. And my team will start to engage them. I'm really far ahead of my team right now. And that's not a big problem. I'm mostly going to not commit myself too much to an engagement. Look for targets of opportunity, and you can see there's about 3 guys down there. It's really hard to spot these people with the replay function in War Thunder, but I now count about 5 guys, 2 to my right, another 2 even more to my right, and then there's about 3 ahead of me. So there's a lot of them. Mostly they are flying LA-5s, Yak-1s, and LA-GG-3s. So there I'm sort of leveling out. I was about to engage someone who is starting to pass over me. He went to go and engage my buddies, but I went for the guy behind him because I don't want to drop him in front of this guy. And I'm on his 6. He sees me, breaks off. I get a few shots off on him, and I didn't really hit him. And that's an enemy who just came by past me. He's going way too slow to do anything. He is trying to chase after me, and my teammate is there. Nailed him. That was a good dragging bag on my part. Now I go and engage onto this guy who was chasing after a teammate, but he decided to break off when he saw me. I cut my throttle. I don't want to go too fast. The 109 suffers from compression at high speeds, which stiffens my controls. And here I'm waiting, getting up nice and close, and I take a few shots off at him. I think I hit his wing, and he's still rolling like crazy. LA-5s right now roll really well, way too good, especially when they're going fast. The faster they go, the better they roll. And you can see he rolls better than I can, so I didn't bother to try and follow him. I just did a high yo-yo, come back down on him, lower my throttle, and there he goes to try and split S, but I hit him on his wing, and he will be going down. One of my teammates is trying to get the kill as well, but he bails out, and I get the kill. Now there's the guy behind me, and the guy over there. But we're mostly knocking them out of the sky. There's 2 guys down low against 2 of our guys over there. They're a little too far away and way too low. So I see over there things are a little more challenging for our team. There's a guy down there who's engaging head-on, and my buddy over here who is engaging from high altitude. So I don't know who I'm going to go for. I've cut my throttle. I'm just hanging, seeing, left or right, and I decide to go for this guy. And throttle down, lift up, wait for that moment where, because he's just turning like crazy. So eventually he's going to burn off enough speed, and I'm starting to get on his 6. A few shots into him. Replay shows me missing, but no. I got hits on him, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get an assist on that. So I ended up going for the other guy because he is going for my teammate. Well, my teammate is distracted, so I climb up, go back down on this guy. Got an assist. And now I gotta help Shrooms. Shrooms has someone on him. Try and spook him, maybe get him to shake off, but he ends up nailing my buddy. I don't really get very many good hits on him, but we go into some vertical maneuvers. I decide to get a little bit of separation on him. I do not want to reduce too much of my energy, because I have the energy advantage over him, so climb up, reset my approach. I don't want to give him too much of an advantage. So right now I'm in a mounted position right behind him. Now he is actually trying to sort of get that guy over there to help. That's an LAG-3. But he's not coming, he's ground targeting. Actually, no wait, the LAG's over in this direction. You can see the tracers from him, but you can't actually see him because I don't lock onto him. But yeah, you can see him right there. There's another one. And there's about 2 fighters in that direction, and none of them are coming to help him. So I just keep doing high yo-yos. Eventually he starts to run enough, he burns up enough energy that I can actually get some good shots off on him. And here we go. And there, pilot kill. I just kept conserving my energy, fighting him vertical. And there's I think a Yak-1 or an LA-5 over there. And LAG-3, which I can't remember what happens to him, but I don't encounter him ever again. Kind of see him right about where my wingtip was. And yeah, the Yak-1 is over there. So what I'm doing is I'm actually heading over to the airfield because a friendly G2 is going towards the airfield as well. We're chasing another fighter of theirs. Their guys must be all out of ammo. So we're basically just going to, at least I'm just going to stalk their airfield, because we have a bunch of our guys who have also headed back to our airfield. So I'm waiting for them to reload, rearm. I've just got something like 88 cannon rounds, I believe, left over. So I still got lots of firepower. And yeah, I know they're pretty sure one of them has managed to head over in this direction. So they're all going to converge onto the airfield. So I'll speed things up a bit. We then spot one of their guys really high up. And they go to do a head-on right there. The LA-5 gets crit. And he starts to go down. You'll see him just go plummet right to the ground and blow up. So I don't even bother to chase after him. And once the clouds part, we might be able to take a look at the airfield a bit. Let's see. I can't quite zoom. Oh, there we go. It's the usual button. So there is an IL-4 that it's just taken off of their airfield. And I can spot them from here. Keep tabs on them. And they should have, yeah, another fighter in that area. I know they have 3 fighters left over and the IL-4. My buddy is right below me. I'm keeping above him, basically covering him. You can see him. He is starting to go into his attack run because they are trying to land. There he is, right there. And that guy, he doesn't want to land, so he broke off, and he is evading, trying to keep us close to the AAA. But my buddy, I think he's down, or no, he's still up. But one of my other buddies died. The guy who was way over there got hit. A little weird to get that message then. So I get a shot on him. I actually hit his wing. But at this point I decide I'm getting out of here. My buddy over there, he is trying to get easy kills off the airfield, but he goes down. AAA gets him. I do not want to join into that. There's 3 fighters, lots of AAA, and I have lots of speed, so I'm going to head off into the sun. I should say we turn towards the sun right here. So I climb towards the sun, and I start making a steady bank around. Much later, my team, they're bombers, mostly bombers. There's one of them who is a fighter, and he's coming over to help, basically. So I'm just going to reapproach this area, see if I can catch anyone away from their airfield, like this guy over here. And he doesn't see me, simply because the sun is behind me. So the airfield can't spot me, but as I get closer to him, the sun will, yeah, as we can see right there, I'm no longer covered by the sun from that angle. I'm over here, so I popped up on his radar, and he is running back to the airfield. I'm gonna let him. I know there's 2 other guys who are down here. I believe, I can't remember when I checked it. There we go. I can see a guy landing on it right now on the far end. The wingtip is showing where he is. And I can't remember where the other one is, but both of them landed. 2 of them had landed. And that guy just passed under me. So 1 guy's in the air, 2 guys are on the ground. And in the meantime, my buddy is over there. He's getting closer. Speed things up. And as my buddy starts to pass by me, I start to turn around and help him out. Not too intent on getting a kill because he's got far more rounds of cannon and machine gun ammo than me. I think I'm about down to 5-6 minutes of fuel. I took off with 30 minutes of fuel in this match. And yeah, the IL-4 has been bagging our ground targets, so he's long gone. So it should be about 2-3 fighters left. Okay, I've had to re-record some of this, and now the audio got offset from everything, so we're back here. My buddy is engaging our yak friend, and he just made a pass. Yak evaded. Going back up. I am, keeping this Overwatch position. I want to make sure that no one, gets on my buddy. That I know where everyone is. And my buddy's kind of, he's in a climb, a bit of a zoom, and the yak was trying to climb after him until he saw me showing up, and he just broke off. So I level off a bit, watch where he's going, and my buddy should be making another run There he is. He's down there. And he actually goes and shoots down another yak, I believe. Or at least caused one to crash. I don't know where it crashed at, but he's now going in after this guy. And you can see they pass by, they don't engage. He starts to turn off. I make my turn. And I really don't want to commit to engaging that one guy there, because I know that there's someone else still left. They had 3 fighters when we went to the airfield, so there is one guy left. So I'm trying to keep an eye out for him, find out where he is. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, I end up making a few more attacks on this guy before that happens. So here we go, I roll over, cut my throttle down, see him banking hard. I'm about to disengage from him, but then he banks back. I get some shots off into him. Again, doesn't show up on the replay. And as I'm going away, I see that he starts to weave back, and he shoots a few shots, but then my buddy shows up. He wasn't falling for that drag. But he is going after my teammate. So I reversed around, and he's going after my buddy, so I come down on him. And there, I gotta get some good shots into him, hit his aileron. And of course he can still fly with a broken aileron. Not perfectly though. Reverse. I start to go in after him again. And on his 6. I fire some machine guns off, a little bit of cannon. It makes me look like I'm far less accurate than I am. Not that bad at hitting things. Yak zooming away, but my buddy dove on him, causing him to evade. And right about now, I believe I start to actually find where the other guy is. He should be showing up as a little speck soon. You can see I start rolling over, because there he is, right below me. And LAG-3, probably the guy who was ground pounding a while back. Here we go, he goes and shows me a nice deflection, and I hit his pilot. In the meantime, I didn't show it, but the yak, he crashed due to the aileron damage while he was dogfighting my buddy. So the IL-4 is here. He was running away, but then he saw me, so he's now running back to his airfield. I decided to get some altitude, get above him. And I start to make my roll and dive, but it's a little too early. So I hold it, I fight the instructor, and then I drop down. And he gives me a nice profile shot on those engines, break off a flap, dodge it. And there he is. He tries to turn towards me so his gunners can get me, but he's got no control, at least not that much control. A little too much rudder damage, most likely. So I tried to use his rudder there. So I reset my approach. He goes into a dive. He wants to show him, he doesn't want me attacking him directly from above, which is pretty smart. And now he's starting to weave. It's really hard to hit from this angle, but he does show me a bit of a good profile. I get some rounds. Showed it missed, but it hit along his wing and his engine. I'm trying to take his engines out, force him to land and most likely crash into the trees. So my buddy's here. He's making a few runs. He's got all the flak shooting at him. I'm much more fortunate. The flak's not nailing me. And so, as long as we keep our speed up, we don't have to worry too much about the flak. And here we see the IL-4. He knows I'm coming for him, so he decides to do a hard brake to try and slow me down and maybe get the AAA. But it's kind of a bad move because I can see his pilot, and I nailed his pilot with the last 5 rounds in my cannon. So that's all without gun pods. I try to keep at least 30 minutes of fuel in my tank. 30-45 usually lasts you through most of the game. Either that or I'll run out of ammo anyway. But I got 5 kills and about 1 or 2 assists in this match. That was a really good match. Lots of patience, lots of energy fighting. I avoided turning as much as I could. And yeah, you need to take your time and avoid everything. So that was Operation Uranus, or Uranus. Ryan Chiswick. Take care.